아따, 오랜만에 삼겹살도 다 떨어졌는데 오랜만에 고기를 좀 사다가 든든하게 좀 먹었습니다. 잘 먹어야지. Management in minutes. 200 key concepts explained in an instant. Actions speak louder than words. What is good communication? Messages have to be simple. People are constantly bombarded with information and time poor. Find your happiness. 101 inspirational stories about finding your purpose, passion, and joy. Treasure hunting. What a bargain grandchildren are. I give them my loose change, and they give me $1 million worth of pleasure. The mystery method, how to get beautiful women into bed, and the push make it that much more stimulating for her when you do pull her back in. Stop acting rich and start living like a real millionaire. It is interesting to note that Mrs. Wells is the major financial force in a household. Real age. Are you as young as you can be? An age reduction program that can make you live and feel up to 26 years younger. 44 scientifically proven steps that delay aging. Increase your vitality in mind and body. Ironically, in spite of the abundance of information on diet, nutrition, and health problems associated with being overweight, the American population has been getting progressively heavier. Opinion. Netanyahu is turning against Biden. Israel's leader is focusing on his political survival, not what is best for the nation. It looks as if President Biden will be running in 2 races this year, one in America against Donald Trump, and one in Israel against Benjamin Netanyahu. Maybe Trump could name Netanyahu his running mate, and we could save a lot of time. Biden's support for the Israeli leader is costing him with his progressive base, while Netanyahu is now turning on Biden in ways that could win Trump fresh support from right-wing American Jews. Trump-Netanyahu 2024, that has a certain ring to it, not to mention an air of truth. The business and practicing coaching, finding your niche, making money and attracting ideal clients. Yeah. Marketing increased the amounts for networking and advertising budget the second year by 100% to include consultation from marketing coach and attendance at a marketing workshop. The personality code. Unlock the secret to understanding your boss, your colleagues, your friends, and yourself. The next step was to ascertain the reliability of the assessment. How to be your best friend. That would be too much for people to handle by themselves if it did suffice. What programs do you usually watch on TV? Express yourself. A man in a midlife crisis feel obligated to. I have considered divorce, but am better off financially if I stay with Bonnie. Black box of the thinking. What most people never learn from their mistakes, but some do. Why are they firing at us? The unwritten rules. The 6 skills you need to get promoted to the executive level. I look for ways to increase your exposure to more senior executives. Keep working to develop the leadership skills that relate to the 6 core selection factors. That way, when an opportunity presents itself, you'll be prepared to rise to the challenge and showcase your abilities. Perfect digestion, the key to balanced living. Behavior of this sort will not only fail to be successful on the material level, it can also create damage anywhere and everywhere in the physiology. Marry him. Mistake number 2. I assumed that Andy was a maximizer like me. Pause. Harnessing the life-changing power of giving yourself a break. Chapter 10, Tips for a Meaningful Pause. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Barack Obama, A Promised Land. I wondered what tooth would make of the bankers who now sat with me in this room, the same kind of man who'd so often been promoted ahead of her, who in a month made more than she'd made in her entire career, at least in part because they were okay with placing billion-dollar bets with other people's money on what they knew or should have known was a pile of bad loans. The power presenter, technique, style, and strategy from America's top speaking coach. Yes, she positioned their differences as talk versus action. You are not listening. What you are missing and why it matters. They know one person's words are not necessarily definitive or entirely accurate. Make your point, speak clearly and concisely, any place, any time. While his results surprised many, for others it reinforced what they had long suspected. The power of affirmation. I'm so proud to belong to my loved family. Teaching by principles. an interactive approach to language pedagogy. This conversation is out of order. The riches are within, your 7 secret treasures. Visit your library or bookstore and start your own research into this powerful body of knowledge. Good product, bad product, essential elements to achieving superior quality. One of the things that distinguish the members of any subculture is a preference for certain industrially produced objects over others. Spirituality for dummies. Numbing yourself and covering up your feelings would be like getting a big shot of Novocaine before the drilling begins. Presentation secret. Valuable insight. Eye-opening description of storytelling techniques employed by the pros. You might find them familiar because these are the same principles that hold this book together: focus, contrast, and unity. Entrepreneurs are made, not born. His own shortcoming in starting that business showed him a need for a magazine to guide entrepreneurs and small business people, so he incorporated. Chapter 15, Dealing with the Difficulties. When a meeting goes bad, as they sometimes do, everyone looks bad, but especially the supervisors, and particularly whichever supervisor has the highest standing in the organization. The business and practice of coaching. Coaching may continue after a year, with the client connection continuing to mature, if you can provide a rich environment for future client growth. Good product, bad product. The engraved armor of the medieval period, the jewelry and glassware of the Renaissance, the furniture of the Victorian age, the skyscrapers of the mid-20th century, and the automobiles and the airplanes of today show the trend clearly. Everything in its place, and fewer rough edges. Make your point. Being in the zone is not easy for many people, but when they go there, they immediately get a more positive response from others. You are not listening, what you are missing, and why it matters. And when they do, the conversation becomes more coherent, relevant, and responsive. Why do so many incompetent men become leaders, and how to fix it? Personality inventories evaluate people's defaulted behavioral tendencies, how they differ from other people in their reaction to situation, as well as people's core values and belief. Success under stress, powerful tools for staying calm, competent, and productive when the pressure's on. I've seen many clients make the distinction between can't and won't, and literally within 1 minute transform from frustrated to action-oriented. How to talk to anyone. How to make them feel your admiration just slipped out. Here's yet another caress for someone's ego. The 5 most important questions you'll ever ask about your organization. Active and attentive participation is an opportunity to enhance your vision and to shape the future. The science of getting rich, the proven mental program to a life of wealth. No one has a greater opportunity to carry into effect the teaching of this book than the practitioner of medicine. It does not matter to which of the various schools he may belong, for the principle of healing is common to all of them and may be reached by all alike. Different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. Everyone has different interest and taste. Maybe we should give it a try. Change, we can believe in. The election of Barack Obama as President of the United States is a defining moment in American history. Learn the value of each step to your real age. Fiber is found solely in plant foods and is largely indigestible, passing through the digestive tract intact, indigestible. Fiber. The Maxwell Daily Reader. Who doesn't want to know what's going on in the mind of someone they care about? Acing the interview. How to ask and answer the question that will gain you the job. Any question about a person's native language or accent. Madam Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, witty quote our founders. Reading comprehension. Our brain is so hot and we are so into the story that we hang on every word. Stepping up. How taking responsibility changes everything. Put it this way, stepping up is often about having the courage to go to an uninvited place. Communication, the key to effective leadership. Does my supervisor or someone at work seem to care about me as a person? The good divorce. How to walk away financially sound and emotionally happy. Idaho. Felony punishable by imprisonment for 5 years to life. The economic risk still ahead. U.S. seems to dodgy. U.S. seems to dodge a recession, but a soft landing is still uncertain. With inflation falling, unemployment low, and the Federal Reserve signaling it could soon begin cutting interest rate, forecasters are becoming increasingly optimistic that the U.S. economy could avoid a recession. Wells Fargo in the past week became the latest big bank to predict that the economy would achieve a soft landing, gently slowing rather than screeching to a halt. The bank's economists had been forecasting a recession since the middle of 2022. Survival kit for overseas living for Americans planning to live and work abroad. Try also to learn about different management styles.